Burke. 3-point game, 14 seconds.
I was actually walking home from, I went to see a movie, and I checked my game cast, and we was down, I think, 13, and the run was happening. And as I walked in the house, I seen Trey cross half and shoot the shot.
5 seconds, fires for 3. Game is tied. He's tied.
Trey Burke, from the minute he got here, he had like this level of poise. It was pretty shocking, especially from a freshman.
Trey was one of a kind, but Derrick spent time with Trey. He would come up, to games and talk with Trey after the game, and Trey would give him, a little piece of advice here and there.
Main thing he told me, stay committed to what you want to do and never slack. Just looking up to him and just saying, man, he's playing out his mind. Hopefully that can be me one day.
We got to talk to him about 212, 213 degrees, don't we? We got to really bring it. You bring it for this time right now, right? We'll be ready to play and let the chips fall where they may.
Walking in, I was mind blown. I didn't know what was going on. Coach, he's a guy that makes his own terminology. I would just hear him say some things, and I was just like, what is he talking about? A donut, a waffle? Oh, he's talking about breakfast out here. I didn't understand. I found myself being over passive. I just didn't feel like myself at the beginning of the year. We had a lot of veterans on our team, and I didn't want to be the guy, trying to overseer their voices. So I would just sit back and listen. Jordan was on my head, constantly. It was like, you got to talk out here. You're the point guard.
You're a freshman, but we're still going to look to you at times for that certain level of poise.
I knew everything that they were saying was right, but I just couldn't find it in myself to say it yet.
Being a freshman, you got upperclassmen and guys that made the run that we made. It's hard to, one, know what to say, and then two, feel like it's your responsibility as a young player to say something to these other guys that have been here.
I was always that guy to speak up. I guess it was just the nerves that got to me when I got here, knowing all these guys with, way more experience than me. J-Mo kind of knew the guy I was. He was just really encouraging me to break out of that shell. He would always be like, D-Wall, you gotta speak up, man. We know you got it in you. We're gonna need you to do that for us to be successful this season. We want to be successful this season, I had to make a choice. In the Florida State game in Puerto Rico, I found myself calling the huddles, talking about things I saw out there.
For him to come in and be the voice in that huddle and kind of give the team direction, I think that's impressive, and that speaks to his growth.
Walton backs it up with 9 to shoot. Fires for 3. Got it!
One of his biggest highlights, obviously, at Michigan State. Coach Beilein talks about the importance of running a play versus being a player. That's been his biggest area of growth, is finding that balance between knowing when to run a play and be a player.
Grabbed by Levert up ahead for Walton. Walton one-on-one with Trice. Leans in, finger rolls it, and one!
Age doesn't matter in terms of getting it right. If you know the right thing to do, you definitely got to tell people, and he's grown a lot in that area. At Nebraska, making a game-winning basket, taking a charge at Ohio State. He's the kid that likes to lead his team by example, and I think he's getting more comfortable speaking up.
I feel like I'm getting back to my old self. It's like, finally you doing what we thought you could do. From the outside looking in, I never knew it was this intense. I know a lot of guys on that team. I know Denzel a lot. Gary is a great friend of Zach. At the end of the season, you don't win that game, you're gonna hear from him. My main thing was I want to be the guy to be able to say something.
Do me a favor, as you get an index card and a pen, just sign that. That is your signature. When you put your signature on something, that's your name is behind it. This is what you signed up for, to play Michigan basketball. You signed up to carry with you 97 years of tradition. When you signed up to wear that jersey, you signed up for this game. when you walk out on that court, every team that played here before you is your brother. Every coach is your family. Every fan stands right there with you today in your mission to beat State.
March is right around the corner. This is when the games really get big. No bigger game than these two arch rivals getting together in Chrysler.
Who will be standing at the end? I said Michigan. Standing at the end. I said Michigan.
These are the two best teams in the Big Ten so far this year. When all is said and done, it'll prove out to be the two best teams in the conference during the regular campaign as well.
Yeah, if Michigan can find themselves a way to get off to a quick start, this building will become electric.
By Stauskas. Gary Harris drives in a kick out. Valentine eyes a three. Got it. Harris quickly into the front court. Finds an open Valentine. Fires for three. Teardrop fall. Back-to-back threes from Denzel Valentine. And Michigan State leads 17-8. And they have been the more aggressive and dominant team early on. Michigan trailing by 9. Walton's open for three. Got it. Trice with a shoulder shake at Albrecht. To Adrian Payne, had it knocked out of his hands by Levert. Levert's got Irvin up ahead. He'll take it in and highlight jam.
And now you've got this crowd in the ball game.
8-0 run by the Wolverines. Valentine now at the bottom of the block M, left side for Harris. Good close out by Albrecht. Now he's double teamed, spins away from it, drives baseline, runs over Stauskas, no call. He took it and he made it. 5 seconds to go in the half. Levert in the front court, clean look at a three. Got it! And Michigan down just a bucket at the break. Two heavyweights slugging it out. Applin between the circles against Derrick Walton. Applin rocks the dribble. A bounce pass feed to Payne. Back and forth we go. Off the glass and down.
Unbelievable shot. He might have shot it from the M.
Great theater here in Ann Arbor.
And it's important that Michigan stays aggressive during the course of this ball game because you know this Michigan State team is a team that won't go away.
Michigan State's lead is 1. Stauskas, he'll fire for three. Give me that.
And that's what Nick has to do. He has to come out and be aggressive.
Stauskas behind the back dribble. Now fires for three. Oh my! That was hot! And Michigan leads 59-52. Left corner, Levert. Drives baseline. Stuffs it through! They're blowing him out of the gym. Of Glenn Robinson. Michigan's going to take sole possession of the lead in the Big Ten. Michigan has now won 6 of the last 8, 4 in a row at home in the series. They broomed the Spartans 79-70 here at Chrysler Center.
It's our state.
It was a great team effort by everybody. They are very, very good. You can beat that team twice. You can beat anybody in the country. You can't lose your swag, your mojo. You can't lose your work habits. You can't lose just your focus right now. You're right at the end. But you can beat that team twice. right? You can do anything you want to do. All right, get up here. Let's go.